Conscious Thought, episode 127, November 13, 2025. A closer scrutiny in the developing world's slave mentality conditioning. Christina Herlofson's Synergetics research project. Most of what our coexisting contemporary humanity is observing online can seem of great or little significance to anything we have already accepted, adapted to, adopted from the human condition's manifest form as taught from early childhood. The seemingly unquestionable importance of online observations of the disseminated content always bears closest scrutiny, primarily because the entirety of events typically fails to satisfy self's integral observer, whose essential validations are relative to the 4P: psyche, philosophy, perspective, personality, which is in process throughout a whole lifetime. The multifarious human events in process can be distinguished from energy events. Among human events are EISEDP, experiences, intuition, speculations, experiments, discoveries, productions. The non-identically irreversible succession we can explore in Synergetics 502.22. As well, most of us have no inkling how to conceptualize energy events, without which we cannot survive, since everyone and every form of life on Earth requires energy. In total, all life on Earth imports energy from the stars. And so recognizing the conceptuality of star points as a communication tool correlating to awareness of energy events need not always be induced and ambitiously controlled by other human beings, even though self and otherness describe the environment of events. When human events are otherness-induced, not specifically self-initiated nor referential to energy events, the scope of such possible manifestations can cover a wide range of complicated inventions, innovations, ambitious agendas, narratives. Nevertheless, the communicated content comprises problems and solutions, albeit not fully disclosed intent, momentarily can seem to be of the utmost necessity as the system works its way toward the final analysis. A mind's self-awareness, correlating to its self-validations, that depends only on the individual's brain, mind, trial and error explored survival stratagems referentially to eternal, self-regenerating, patterning integrity of universe's generalized principles. This cognizable and recognizable integrity goes for everybody. Everyone's inherently inviolable integrity that is designed by universe eternal omniscient mind, and not any substitution as a possible otherness controlling deity or political authority. Historically, traditionally, individual intellect has erroneously assumed that initial cognizable otherness exists in a separate external entity other than self's observing organism. And yet, each of us has 4 sensing systems as differentially unique apprehending advantages, which are acquired as in learning or developing, to define self-regenerating, eternal patterning integrity of metaphysical physical universe systems. A conceptuality of universe's minimum structural system is the tetrahedron, which is the generalized abstract integrity first subdivision, a whole WHOLE system, with topological characteristics known as the constant relative abundance of 6 vectors, 4 vertexes, and 4 triangular openings correlatively to awareness of unity, which at minimum is 2. Humans are equipped with limited range senses for seeing, hearing, touching, smelling. This human tunability is also dependent upon brain's memory-stored physical special case experience data that is only intuitively apprehended and later is experimentally reconfirmed only by one's human mind as true for all human metaphysical propensities. The individual brain mind logically is self-identified, as the concept otherness synergetically refers to the environment, suggesting intuition's further tunably potentially developing 4-dimensional perspectives beyond predictability. Any 2 events, in other words, geodesically and operationally occur between the most economically accomplishable steerable accommodation line of interrelationship existing exclusively between any 2 event foci, plural for the word focus, imaginably. Our experience cognition projections may well be possible from billions of years ago or henceforth, correlating with the language of electromagnetics. Energy expenditures as geodesic realizations are line events, according to Bucky Fuller. His rigorous research into the geometry of thinking and systemic thought's potential anticipatory design science realities not only measured and mensurated conceptual systems, RBF delved deeply into the etymology of words. So naturally, looking further into his word choice, expenditure, led my Synergetics research project curiosity to discern an often overlooked correlation between the action of spending, be it time and or money, for payment of some sort or other, and seeing almost indiscernibly hidden in a related word defrail, extracting fray, F-R-A-Y, from it to learn of a correlation between any potential amount in any form of payment indirectly and perhaps inevitably causes friction, incites disturbing situations, even all-out battles, fighting wars. We don't usually associate feeling weary of the political system's intense competition between rival parties, and yet everyone in such nations, whether acknowledged as a constituent component part of the whole, WHOLE, pays the price for the expenditures that seem impossible as correlated interconnections from the depths of despair and increasing assessment of property values, property rights, the very terra firma all of us must live on Earth to survive a whole lifetime. Tax burdens culminate into exasperating ramifications that could have been avoided, differently referenced to nature's coordinate systems, those points of enlightenment associated with the energy of the stars. The lines of interrelationship our universe's wave-linear, progressively modulated accommodations of interpositioning interrelated events that are radiationally non-simultaneous, speed, limited entropy, logically, and especially because of the always and only coexisting complementarity, gravity, in parentheses, matter, and radiation. We can assume gravity has no directional identification since it is omni-embracing rather than linear. This gives our anticipatory design science reality projections an omni-embracing cohesive conceptioning of gravity, sharing characteristics of love, therefore relative to alignment, especially when knowledgeably adjusting the a priori thought to a total reality of universal principles. Since events are changes of interrelationships between things in a system, our human tuned-in foci ought to know that the geodesic line is a component concept of system and conceptuality of interrelationships. This is particularly relevant to sub-resolvable, not yet tuned in, discreetly but untunable frequency system, but yet is directionally oriented awareness sensing a realistic somethingness occurring in a specific direction. The direction is point-toable as an as yet frequency untunable system. Most important is recognizing the minimum structural system, which we are synergetically informed is a tetrahedron, and that organic self cerebrally coordinated equipment is an integral design advantage when correlatively tuning in universe's self-regenerating patterning integrities, thereby validating independence from purposely inculcating profit-motivated distractions, from eventually learning of our imagination's innate ability to reference the tetrahedral synergetic systems of omnidirectional universe. Those distractions mainly are from the internet, whether via a cell phone, a laptop, or desktop computer with online access. Presently, those internet platforms are humanly controlled information resources. Whether anyone realizes this fact, its operations presently are in control of the universal communication process. To what degree of exploitation are human populations designated as consummate consumers, the essential counterpart for ambitious schemes, or disregarded in favor of elaborate expenditures, extending human innovations beyond planet Earth, and locally with no intention for every human to enjoy the highest quality of a lifetime based in omnirational anticipatory design science correlations to awareness of the most economical accounting. Who, supposedly, does not have a mind of one's own? with acquired wisdom to anticipate all that is essential for our species, humans of a mind, to consciously evolve beyond the PRJWBCH, politics, religion, justice, war, belief, complex, hierarchy, slave mentality conditioning, at every phase, stage, and proclivity in the developing world's illogical thought language coordination. Until next time, thank you from Christina Herlofson.